Hey everybody, this is Crazy10. Welcome back to another pickups video. This video is actually shot the day right after I shot the last pickups video that I uploaded. Basically, after I shot that video, I got in contact with two people from Craigslist, and I set up two deals. And I did them both pretty much back to back. So I got two sets of things here to show you and a little bit of a story. Also, hopefully the camera is not autofocusing. I had some really bad issues getting this thing to focus correctly, so hopefully it's alright for now. But with that out of the way, I just want to go ahead and get into this. Taking a break from studying, and I figured I would shoot this video now while I had the chance as a good break. So let's go ahead and do this. The first deal that I did was a guy, he just called me up out of the blue, and he's like, I got some PS3 games and some Wii games and a PS3 controller. So I called him back because he left me a voicemail, and he was like some crap stuff, and it was a third-party controller, and I was like, well, you know, I'm not sure what you want for it, but one thing I can tell you is that as far as the controller goes, I'm not interested. I'm only interested in first-party controllers. And he said, oh, I have a first-party controller, you can have it. I'm like, okay, well, what were you thinking for everything? Because I'm thinking maybe I'll get the controller, sell everything off, and you know, get a controller for cheap. And he said $30, which was very, very, very cheap. There was a couple pretty good PS3 games in there, and then some Wii games, one of which was okay, the rest were kind of shovelware, but whatever. So I was like, okay, sure, I'll meet you there. So we went out and we met, and basically the games were all disc only, which really sucked. He didn't tell me that, so I was able to talk him down to $25 for everything, which is still a pretty good deal. The two PS3 games were Uncharted, the first one, Greatest Hits, and Oblivion Game of the Year, Greatest Hits, and then there was some like 4 other crap Wii titles. But I did hold on to one Wii title. It's just in a generic case, and that's Wii Sports Resort. I got this because, well, my girlfriend likes Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort, so I'm going to hold on to this until I get a complete copy. And the controller that I got is actually a blue. This is a DualShock 3, so it's like the good PS3 controllers. So I got these two, Uncharted 1, Oblivion Game of the Year Edition, and 4 other Wii games for $25. And so I kind of got this idea, well, maybe I could trade these in to GameStop and get some credit. And I remembered that they're doing a 50% bonus credit if you trade into something that you're going to buy that's pre-owned. So I looked at prices, and they were actually like, you know, $15-ish used shovelware, which was crazy. So I ran up to GameStop, and I traded them in, and I said, yeah, here's my power-up card, and you're doing the 50% thing, and I ended up getting $39 in store credit, which is just ridiculous. That is the most store credit I've ever gotten anywhere, and that was at GameStop. I couldn't believe it. Oh, sorry, I was hitting something behind me. So I'm like, well, that's great. So I was like, I can get 3 or 4 games, and I actually ended up getting 3 PS3 games. And ironically, I don't know if it's ironic, but it's amusing, I actually got Uncharted. I traded in Uncharted for Uncharted. This is a Black Label. I only have the 3rd one right now, which my dad actually gave me because he had to buy a new PS3 because his old one, Yellow Light of Death, and just won too many times, and he couldn't refill the solder anymore. And so he gave me the copy of Uncharted 3 that came with this, but I've been playing my dad's copies of Uncharted 1 and 2, so I finally have my own. I've already cleaned these up. It's complete and in really, really nice condition. So I was really happy with this. I don't remember what it cost, but after everything is said and done, I still have $2 worth of store credit on my account from these 3 games. The next one here is, well, I'll show you this one. White Knight Chronicles International Edition. Level 5 RPG. As far as I know, the second one is better, but you have to start somewhere, and I'm a big Level 5 fan. I can't wait for Ni no Kuni, and so, you know, this is a nice addition to my PS3 collection, something that's been on my radar for a while. And the last PS3 game I got is Earth Defense Force Insect Armageddon. This is the second one on the current generation consoles right now. The first one is, by most people, considered better, but the first one didn't come out on PS3. So, you know, I played it with my roommate, and I really enjoy it, and so, you know, I got this one. Maybe we can play it again, like play it together at some point. You just shoot stuff. That's really it. There's not very much of a story. It's just giant insects are invading, kill everything. Makes for a lot of fun. So happy with those, and as I said, I still have $2 worth of in-store credit, so that was an incredible deal. I mean, I got those 3 games, Wii Sports Resort, and a DualShock 3 for $25 effectively, which is just crazy. Actually more like 23, so that's awesome. The other deal that I did was actually, there was a listing online that said you know, selling off huge game collection or whatever. And I was like, wow, that's unusual for out here. So I contacted him, and he basically had this like specific way you had to contact him, and I think it's just because he expected a lot more response than he actually got. He didn't get very many responses as far as I know. But anyway, I said, hey, I'm interested in, you know, your SEGA stuff and PlayStation 1 stuff. Right now, those are my two big collectors at the moment. And he gave me a list of Saturn stuff, which I liked a lot. And he gave me a list of Genesis and PS1 games. I didn't pick up any PS1 games. I got 4 Genesis games and 4 Saturn games and 1 Genesis game. So 2 pickup videos in a row with local Saturn pickups, which is just crazy. So I'll go ahead and show you. Oh, I actually forgot. I got this Game Boy Advance game with the that bundle too that I just showed you, and that's Road Rash, Jailbreak. I have no idea if this is any good. It's not a bootleg though, so it's whatever. I have no idea what that's worth. So yeah, back to this deal. I got a Genesis game, and this is one I have been looking for, and this is in incredibly good condition. That's Thunder Force 2. I have Thunder Force 3. I'm still looking for Lightning Force. But this is complete, as I said, in excellent condition. Very happy to have this. A nice horizontal spaceship shooter, so really pleased with that. And the rest are Saturn games. I'll go ahead and show you. There's 3 games that are just kind of standalone things, and one of them has an extra little thing that came with it. First one here is, these are all pretty rare games too. Like, in the spectrum of Saturn, these are all fairly uncommon. I looked them up on Rarity Guide. They're like 60 to 70% uncommonness or rarity or whatever, which is pretty awesome. The first one here is Shinobi Legions. The case is cracked on this. It's missing the bottom hinge, but again, I have some replacements. This looks like a fighting game, like a one-on-one fighter or something like that, which is odd for Shinobi, but it's a game that tends to attract a bit of a higher price, and it is complete. I just need to replace the case. It's in very good shape. The disc is great. The manual is great, so I'm happy with that. I just need to get the replacement case. There we go. The next one here is actually a fairly uncommon game. This is, I remember reading in a Racket Boy Saturn Rarity Game Guide that this is one of like the top 20 rarest games from the Saturn, and that is Mr. Bones. This is basically a collection of mini games, and you have to complete all of them to beat the game. And some of them are infamously tricky and difficult, but other ones look really fun. And as part of the deal, I was very happy to get this, especially for how uncommon it is. It has both discs, and it's complete. This is in phenomenal condition. The case is so shiny. I'm really happy with the condition of this one. Next one, I actually mentioned this in my previous video. It's like, oh, I'll never get this. But I got it. Panzer Dragoon 2 Zwei. Now really the only one I need is Saga, and unless I get some incredible deal on Saga, I'm probably not going to ever get Saga. I'm not willing to spend $300 on a game. That's just too much money. But yeah, this is great. This is in nice shape. This is improved in every way over the first one, and I'm really pleased with that. So that's nice. And then the last one is another one. Again, these 4 solid titles. The last one here is Nights into Dreams. It's a long box version. It only has like a front page though. It doesn't have a full manual. But I don't know. I'm okay with it. It looks like it's just the front cover ripped off. I can probably get a replacement at some point, but for now it'll be alright. I got a pretty good deal on this lot as it is. And with that actually came the Sega Saturn 3D controller. And this thing is cool. It reminds me of a Hori N64 pad mixed with a Dreamcast controller. And it's really cool. And I can imagine this would be a lot of fun to use. It would be very helpful for games just in general, because it has a really nice D-pad and a really nice like analog nub, so that's cool. So for all that stuff that I showed you guys, the 4 Saturn games, the controller, and the Genesis game, I paid a flat fee of $70. So again, you know, that's a little expensive, but think about it. I mean, Saturn games are expensive. These are not just your common Saturn titles. These are like good quality Saturn games. And I think I paid probably around 60 to 70% market. I haven't looked up the prices and like calculated them all up, but I'd say I probably got about at least $100 worth of Saturn stuff right there. So very happy with that. That's a very awesome deal, and I'm really happy to be like branching out my Saturn collection so well. Like these, like I picked up, you know, probably, I would say 7 stellar quality titles over the past just week or two. One thing that I mentioned in a part of my video, like I did a little overlay on one of my videos, but I didn't get to show it, is that my copy of Lunacy is not only complete with like the manual and the discs, but it actually has the map too, and I didn't even realize it came with the map just because the second disc covered it up. But it actually does come with a map, and mine is in very nice condition. Pretty much this is like the thing that if you're going to buy Lunacy, you want this with it, apparently. Like as far as a collector's item is concerned, this is the thing to have with it. And I've seen copies in this condition with the map selling for upwards of $90, which is just crazy considering I paid the guy $60 for everything, or $55 for everything. I mean, that's just madness. I'm gonna have to fix that later. But yeah, I'm really excited to learn that, and so it just sweetens the pot, really. So that's the pickups, guys. Kind of short for me, but I was trying to go a little bit quickly, just because I gotta get back to studying. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really like this new format with me standing up behind, like in front of the games and stuff like that. So I'm gonna keep trying to do this, and hopefully it keeps working out for me. So yeah, that's it, guys. I will see you guys in about a week or so with the first of my my collection update videos that I'll be shooting over the break. So see you guys then.